October 3rd and October 4th, back-to-back days for me as well. Last one was in my mom's vehicle, actually. She had to rush me to the lake on Starring Lane.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna die.
Built by the rested, you can't tell me nothing. Built by adversity, led by courage. Everybody doubted me, now everybody proud of me. I swear to God, I'm gonna be everything I wanna be.
What's going on, world? It's your favorite podcast. Your boys from Built by the Red Stick are back in the building. Is that good? Is that good?
Bro, it's nothing like a peach vibe to get my day started. This is episode 11. I'm trying to get a brand deal with Celsius.
You know how Lil Wayne used to have the little lighter flick and all his songs?
You hear that pop top?
Yeah.
You know it's finna be real.
Remember, powered by Celsius, not
Not
sponsored.
But we're going to change that very soon.
It's your favorite podcast. Ronnie LeDuff.
In the building.
Michael Oakley.
In the building.
Built by the Red Stick. Listen,
We got a
listen,
guest?
Linda.
Go ahead.
I need y'all to do us a favor.
Yeah.
Smash the subscribe button.
Yep.
Engage.
Engage. We're on the road to 10K followers.
On the road to
Facebook.
10K on
We are
Facebook.
2K away.
2K.
2K.
8 minus 2 or 8 plus 2.
Oh, Lord, you just set us back 2 years.
My math ain't mathing.
Celsius ain't going to look at this and just tell me.
We're gonna get a quick word from our beautiful sponsor.
Hey.
Man, you saw. I'll talk to you in a minute about it. Sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Serenity Treatment Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. When life feels overwhelming, when the weight of addiction, trauma, or mental health struggles become too heavy to carry alone, there's a place where healing begins. Here at Serenity Treatment of Louisiana, we believe every person deserves compassion, dignity, and a real chance at recovery. Our dedicated team of medical professionals, therapists, and support staff walk beside you every step of the journey because recovery is not something you have to face alone. Here, treatment is personal. We take the time to understand your story, your struggles, and your goals through evidence-based therapies, individualized treatment plans, and a supportive, healing environment. We help you rebuild the strength and confidence needed to move forward. Serenity Treatment Center of Louisiana offers a full continuum of care, including residential treatment, intensive outpatient programs, and aftercare support, ensuring that every stage of recovery is met with the guidance, structure, and encouragement you need to succeed. Whether you are a loved one or battling substance abuse, anxiety, depression, or the challenges that come with them, Serenity Treatment Center provides the tools, support, and compassionate care needed to reclaim your life. Healing starts with one decision, one conversation, one moment of courage. Let today be that moment. Serenity Treatment Center of Louisiana, where hope is restored, lives are rebuilt, and recovery begins. Call today or visit us online to take the first step toward a healthier, brighter future. That number is 225-389-3325. Or you can visit our website at theserenitycenterla.com.
And just like that, we're
We
back.
back. It was quick.
We're back.
That's so
Just like
quick.
that.
Dude, that was like in real time, that felt like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But in podcast time, I know it was like a minute and a
It's
half.
like 35.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you saw the comments on the shirts?
Which ones?
Our Serenity shirts we were wearing?
I did not.
Uh,
Dude, Ted, how did I miss that?
it was on, somebody shared the link from our post, and like 2 of the comments were like, I'm just trying to figure out how they got shirts, and then Rick hopped in and said, who stole my shirt?
I gotta go respond. I'm so sorry, Rick. I didn't see that. Dude, it's been a crazy week, man. You know, I've been signing autographs. I've been getting different security guard options for me and the family.
Brand
you know
new,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Brand
you know, I'm trying to figure this new fame life out, man.
Look, y'all know how Ronnie always want to talk about everybody rich, bro. Guess what Ronnie just booked, y'all?
Oh, my God.
Guess what Ronnie just booked, y'all?
With food stamps.
You lie like a I
I traded food stamps for a 5-day cruise. I've been saving them food stamps since I got out of sober living. So don't let them lie to y'all.
We got a banger in the building for y'all.
We do. All the way from Irwinville, Louisiana.
The big eye in the building.
E.
Oh, E. God, I am slacking
Celsius,
today.
please forget him. It's
I'm
the Titleist hat he had on. No, he's normally a Nike guy.
I am, but it was red. You know, I went.
I feel it. I'm feeling the vibes now. I see what you're doing.
We're completely digressing, but
It's okay.
before we do the introduction,
It's okay.
You know who also needs to sponsor us? This is the second episode I've seen him wear their merch without, I see the shirt.
Oh,
I see the shirt. I see the shirt. Come on, Gordon.
Come on,
get at
Big
us.
G.
Come on.
That Big G.
Put us on the G team.
Big G in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Get your lawyer. You feel me?
But listen, we're back carrying on the Meet Your Sponsor series. We got Serenity.
Shout out
Center.
Serenity, bro.
Shout them out.
Bro, Serenity held us down.
Serenity, a veteran in the
I
game.
thought I was
too.
going to have to pawn my wife's wedding ring to pay for this month, bro.
Serenity
but Aurier
came through.
was like, no, my
got
friend.
you.
I got you. I got you, my
I
friend.
got you. But with the intro, we got a special guest for y'all.
I'm nervous.
The best on both sides of the Mississippi.
Both sides. And the co-meet and the A-meet.
Mr. Ronnie.
Big foe.
LeDuff. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sponsored, unsponsored, sheltered, unsheltered. We have the pleasure of sitting down with. So last week I said we had the most mysterious mystique person in recovery, but I think we topped that with this guy. I've met him one time.
Dude, we're bringing Serenity's undercover
Out they shell. That's true. Like
Shout out to Built by the Red Steel.
So the first time I met this guy, he wasn't able to eat. And he handled it with such grace, such understanding, right? So you know how hard it is as a man in recovery
He just
that's
dive in
healthy.
Can't eat. What you
He
eat?
couldn't eat.
Somebody broke his jaw?
They ate all the food from him.
Oh.
But the level of understanding, he didn't flash. He didn't get aggravated. He probably worked 16 hours that day, and he probably worked 8 hours the night before that, and all he wanted was a plate of ham, spaghetti with cheese, gravy and rice, and the man couldn't eat. He handled it with such elegance, with such grace, such mercy, such understanding, realizing that the cause was bigger than him at the moment, that he probably could afford
Talk your shit.
a few, unwanted calories. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So in that moment, I was like, you know what? That guy's special because I would have went fucking crazy. We got him here all the way from Irwinville, Louisiana. He hadn't even said much yet. So whenever y'all do hear him start talking, that's when we finna learn about him. But I could tell in that moment, in this moment, he is very relatable.
Absolutely.
He is very understanding
Compassionate.
of not only people outside of those walls of Serenity, but the clients inside the walls of Serenity.
And you're on your touching shit.
Hey, man, it's the Celsius. They put me in my feels.
Like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one, the only, Jarrod Seguin. Please
Close enough.
Please help me.
Sagan.
Jarrod Seguin.
I like
Come
say again.
Jarrod.
I've heard it all kind of ways. I can tell you that.
Seguin.
Yeah.
And Built by the Red Stick Builder. I'm so sorry I butchered
That's
your
okay. That's
name.
all right.
My God.
I'm used to it.
Thank you so much for coming and
Yeah,
sit
thank
down
y'all
with
for
us,
having me.
bro.
Absolutely.
You know,
Welcome.
Absolutely.
So first and foremost, man, tell the people who you are, what you do for Serenity, and then we'll kind of dive into it.
Okay. So I am the male residential counselor at our Weymouth location. Been counseling probably about 3.5, 4 years now.
Whew.
Started as a tech.
Okay.
Side note is, never thought I'd work in the treatment field. I'm an elevator mechanic.
Oh, man, you need it.
So like the up and down elevator.
Like the vertical transportation, man.
You are my
were-
hero.
Yes, bro.
So I have a unrealistic fear of elevators.
They're safer than the vehicles you ride in.
Absolutely terrified of them.
Shouldn't be.
I will never. I lost a job one time because I wouldn't ride.
Wouldn't
an
ride the elevator?
I wouldn't ride the elevator. They were like,
Really?
I was, and it was a temp job. That's neither here nor there. I was in the depths of my.
He just got a fear of going up. He loved going down, though.
Okay.
Damn it, Ronnie.
What?
So anyway, we were moving the old woman's hospital to the new woman's hospital, and I see this elevator, and they're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna put everything in the elevator, ride down, take it out, load it in the truck." I was like, "Hey, can I just put it in the elevator, push the button, and then I'll take the stairs?" And they're like, "No," and I was like, "I'm not getting in that elevator." And they were like, "Well, you got to," and I'm like, "I guess I'm not working here no more," and I walked off.
Bro, the elevator,
I
bro.
hate 'em. So I got stuck in an elevator.
You put
one time.
heroin in your body, but you were scared of an elevator.
I get it. I got stuck in an elevator.
He
one
did say
time.
he'd rather go down. So, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was talking about.
Anyway, we've digressed. He's an elevator mechanic by trade.
Does that
but-
take schooling?
Yeah, it does. Lots of school.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like aerodynamics or something?
There's a lot of things involved when it comes to elevators.
I'd
man.
imagine so.
Yeah. It's 7 years, about 7 years of school.
Wow.
7.
Is that a good living?
So you a doctor
Great
elevator.
Is it really?
I mean, I don't know if you want to say doctor.
We found the title to this
That might be
episode.
pushing it a little bit.
found
but,
Elevator. That's it.
yeah. My point in that was the treatment field was not on the radar.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even.
And so, just like most people that work in this industry, you probably, woke up on a Thursday morning, I don't want to work on elevators anymore. I think I want to go work in treatment.
It was more forced.
Absolutely.
I was more or less, look, we don't want you back here, man. You probably need to find another career path type of thing.
What's the pay difference now since you're not there?
Oh, massive.
I mean, bro, I've never Googled elevator
It's a
doctor
union
pay.
job. So go figure.
So was that in Louisiana you did
Oh, yeah.
that?
Well, I mean, I traveled the whole southeastern United States, but
Man.
yeah, it's a niche field for sure.
Bro, y'all need it. It's like at least it's one elevator in every building right now that
You
needs some
gotta,
TLC.
you gotta have access for the handicap. Think about that.
Yep. So
Dang.
from Irwinville,
By way of Denham.
by way of Denham, of course, living in Denham now. So let's talk about, obviously, you said you were forced into early retirement from.
We'll say that.
And so, a passion for helping others, obviously from some experience. So let's talk about what kind of led, what the childhood was like that kind of you feel, maybe some captivating moments that created your addiction.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I grew up in Irwinville. Childhood was kind of rough. Some difficulties in the home, and I won't, get into all the schematics or whatever, but pretty much at 10 years old, I was told, take a bus to your aunt's house, and never saw my house again.
Damn.
Yeah. No. And I ended up in Walker, me, my mom, and my younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you first find, our relief of substances?
Probably around 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. Mad Dog 2020.
That was my first at 16. Bro, we
Yeah.
twins.
We are.
Twinsies.
We're twins.
We got a lot.
Sobriety days close together.
Yeah.
First substance.
Yeah.
What flavor?
Oh, no, I can't tell you that. I just know that I fell in a creek. but it was
Strawberry
great.
banana was mine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember.
I don't think I've ever drank Mad Dog 2020.
Well, of course, you rich. He wouldn't understand us, bro. He don't get us.
Yeah.
He was sipping bubbly with the champagne.
Well,
Oh, Jarvis, can we get some more caviar, please?
like that?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, he's full of shit.
Okay.
Okay, so, you're a pretty decent sized guy in sports.
Yeah.
Why you check the size? Why you size my man up like that, bro?
Well, yeah.
Big
He
dude.
went to the food, he went to the sports, and we just meeting in the middle. Yeah, love sports.
Okay.
I know that you were a sports guy, baseball guy, right? I did a little bit of my homework, man.
Well, I'm blushing. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm black. You can't see it. Good.
This is a hoot, huh? Yeah, love sports. Played every sport growing up. I think it was really an outlet for me.
Yep.
Coming up.
Yep.
Especially when they said you can hit somebody, play football, and I wouldn't get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was on.
It was on
I
and
think I
popping.
threw out of 4 games my senior season.
You went to Denham.
I went to Walker.
Went to Walk. Okay.
Ended up
okay.
going to Nickel State, too, but 3 or 4 games, man, and
And how old are you?
I am 46.
I didn't know you was that old.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have asked you. No, no, wait.
Damn it.
No,
That's
listen.
That's 2.
Wait. You look good for your age, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
There we go.
I wouldn't
There we
have asked you.
You see all the white over here?
Man, look,
I hear you.
dude. My wife, 36, got buku gray hair. Gotcha.
Oh.
She's struggling
Man.
right now. I'm
You might
sorry,
wanna-
baby. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
He ain't coming back from the cruise.
he's staying in the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
so going through you started drinking early on. What was the progression of your alcoholism like? Like when was that that moment of transition from like, okay, I'm a kid, maybe dabbling to this is a way of life and
I don't really recall a specific time, so say, Mike.
Okay.
I've always kind of been this, it's never enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to have more. I remember my cousin, we used to go ride the levees and do what we did. I remember him looking at me one time. I think I may have offered him something, and he looked at me and said, "Cuz, don't you ever get enough?" And I look at him just like bewildered, like,
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
what is that?
Enough.
Yeah.
You know, what is enough? Yeah. But I might have been in my early 20s. High school wasn't that bad. Like I said, sports. So that kind of kept me somewhat maintained, you know what I mean? But I don't remember a specific day where you're like, this is an issue. I think it's probably been the case from early on.
Yeah. And when are you did you venture into the treatment world as a resident?
I am not a one-timer.
My guy, you got a normie.
Finally.
No.
We done found a normie.
I
Whew.
think I've been to 6 treatment centers.
Okay, I'm
Bro,
fine.
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Dude, do you really follow my story now? I've been to
Twinsies.
6.
Twinsies.
I think this is why Mario got me on here, man.
Bro, that is great. What's your ex name? Make sure.
I've been with one woman for 28 years, man.
Come on.
She's an angel. Yeah. Speaking of wives.
Put up with him.
She did.
Wait, one
Since
woman.
we were 17, so what is this? Yeah, I'm 40.
that's-
I mean, we'll celebrate our anniversary coming up. We got married in 02,
That's
so
almost
24
29
years.
years. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing.
Like, all right, so not to get too graphic, like one woman ever?
No, he's been
No.
with her.
No.
He's been
Yeah.
with
You
her
asked
for
my ex's name, and it's been like her for a long
30
time, man.
years since he last had an ex.
Bro, they don't even make women like they do these.
They don't. They really don't.
Got a special.
30?
She really is. Yeah. Long time.
Bro, I'm going to be 60 before I can be that 30. I got in this relationship so late. I'm going to be like a 50-year-old daddy at a high school graduation with a walker.
Just limping around.
Living around with sciatic
So
everywhere.
when was the first, trip to treatment world?
Oh, they used to send me away on the outskirts. I went to like Lake Charles. Probably 09, maybe
Okay.
08. Yeah, place out in like I said, Lake Charles. I think I made it a week.
What they had in Lake Charles? Cata?
You want me to tell you the name?
You know it?
Yeah,
What is it?
New Beginnings.
That was around back then?
Yeah, it might have even been before that.
That motherfucker like old starts not in, huh? I don't know. You know, boy.
All I know is I was there like 6
So
or 7 days.
08-ish is when
Yeah, something like that.
I was graduating high school.
Oh wow, yeah,
Man.
you're really telling my age.
I
here.
was in jail. I was incarcerated. So at least you was
Probably
trying to
should've
get your
been.
life.
Now look, I was
Was I there for the right
he said he only
reason?
lasted a week.
Oh, wait, well, that's true.
Well, so let's kind of dive into, off screen we talked, you're 6.5-ish years sober,
October 2019.
October of 2019, so you'll make 7 years in October.
God willing. Yeah.
What was kind of the catalyst that led to that, that what was going on in life prior to that kind of led you to, realizing and getting some help?
Well, so
As much as you want to share.
yeah, well, no, I mean, October 1st, 2019, I lost 2 really good friends about 2 hours apart from overdose.
Dang.
October 3rd and October 4th, back-to-back days for me as well. Last one was in my mom's vehicle, actually. She had to rush me to the lake on Starring Lane.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've got, the wife, but 3 beautiful kids, and I just didn't want to die that way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, it takes what it takes, I guess.
And so where did you end up for treatment at that point?
My last one was Marksville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hope Center.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. That's my
Yes,
people,
That's
bro.
that's at the
Love
place.
me some Hope
That
Center.
place will always hold a special.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so, obviously opiates were involved with overdoses. And I mean, nowadays it doesn't even necessarily. They
Yeah.
threaten it with
Right. Yeah, this and
Yeah.
everything.
It didn't start
Yeah.
that way.
it.
But
Yeah. So you have these you lose close friends. You almost lose yourself. Well, let's back up a second. So as you're going through this addiction between 08 to 2019, what is some of the things happening with your wife, your kids? Like, they stand by your side the whole time.
being an alcoholic and/or an addict, you're pretty good at manipulating and covering
Yep.
things up. Come on.
Yep.
You know, I played the part, was really good at it. You know, obviously things when I don't know why they call it progress. I think they should call it digress.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, I was always able just to kind of weasel my way back in, as sad as that sounds, but it's
Oh,
the
yeah,
truth,
yeah.
you know what I
Right.
mean? But eventually they, you know, jails, lost a job. I told you I was an elevator mechanic. Well,
Yeah.
When did you lose that?
2015. Yeah.
Did you really dive deeper into your addiction once you lost
Yeah,
that? Okay.
that was a difficult time, man.
Yeah.
That was
You think
Yeah.
it correlates with loss? Of, like, I identified myself by what I do,
sure.
and
And to
so-
provide.
Well, I'm looking
the
for
family.
I'm looking for purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm a husband. I'm a dad. I need to not only financially support my people, but I gotta be driven by something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. No. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that wore on your mental health and everything. And
Oh,
like,
took
yeah,
a
it was.
dive, dude.
Yeah.
Took a huge dive.
Yeah.
those overdoses were they unintentionally intentional?
Isn't that the case?
I mean, for most.
Yeah, I mean,
most of us.
I mean, I'm not.
I know a bunch. I was like, please let this be the last one, Lord. I don't want to wake up. You
SI
know what I mean?
was very, very
sure.
at the front. You know,
Yeah.
I'll be the first to tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, being with, you know, I think the dying part's the easiest to learning how to live.
Oh,
Drop it again.
they got a country song like that. I went skydiving, rock
McGraw.
mountain climbing, live like you're dying.
Put him a karaoke machine in there.
Sorry about that. All right.
My
yeah.
God just single-handedly ended racism. My God.
Let's go. We here, baby. We understand, bro.
Love it. So you end up at the Hope Center after some close calls. What was that stint like in treatment, right?
Man, I got sober at 40 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and I fought this thing.
Bruh, you was on.
What else? I told him, look, don't put me in a room with nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I mean, I'm mad. But I think I knew the finish line was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something's got to shake. Something's got to happen.
Yo.
You know, has to change. And I had been there. It was actually twice that year in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
A repeat offender.
Yeah, man. I'm stuck.
I went to the same place 5 times.
Yeah.
Same place. I was
named
like,
it-
I'm not going nowhere
They
else.
named the dining hall after Mike. If you ever go to that place in Epsom, it's the Oakley Hall.
My counselor always used to come in and be like, Mike, you see that truck out there? I said, yeah. He said, you're well, or he said, thank you.
Yep. Yep.
Baby.
Hey, when you got a new truck.
Yep.
And then I come back I'd get out, come back like 6 months later, say, Mike, see them new tires on that truck? Thank you.
Putting salt in the wound, eh? Oh, man.
But I was definitely one of those clients that needed a kick in the ass, right? Like,
Oh, man.
you know, as a clinician, you know, there's some people that need a kick in the ass, some people need a pat in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So second time, fighting it in the beginning, when do you feel like you kind of dove in and started embracing the program?
Well, I think it really helped when my wife said, you know, you can't come home.
That'll do it. Boy.
She's like, here's your stuff. Don't
Yep.
come back. Figure it out.
Yep.
And she had never really, she had done that, but not really,
She
you
never,
know?
like,
Like,
you
dude,
always
she
knew
was
there
over.
was a,
Yeah,
there
I was like, I'm going to weasel my way back.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, well, you know, this is getting serious. 'Cause, I mean, I don't want to lose my wife and kids.
Right.
no, not after.
You know?
I mean, at that point, it's probably what 15 years, 20 years,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, that's another identity loss
Sure.
if comes to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
So you get out of treatment and what?
Sober living. Something that they had suggested I'd done many times before, but, you know.
Back in the Baton Rouge area or
No, I stayed up there.
stayed up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, between jail, 2 treatments, and sober living, I was gone almost 2 years. You know, and 2 hours away.
Got any funny stories about going to jail, like why you got arrested, or are they all just?
Is this going to incriminate me?
Allegedly.
It's a statute of
Well,
limitations.
I mean, you got to do things that supply your addiction.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nothing's off the table, is it?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
on,
prostitution normal.
For you.
Yeah.
He like, but what the? I'm joking. That was a joke. Why y'all got so quiet? Why y'all ain't laugh?
Well, I thought you was going to follow it up with
No,
something.
man, it was a joke.
I do the smash and grab from Home Depot.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
But he was saying you got to do things to feed your addiction, and then I said,
I
you
get
was
what
supposed
you.
to
I
laugh.
got. Look, I got
Yeah.
where you were going.
I've never.
But you went there.
I've never. But the whole lithium batteries for the drill bits going to the pawn shop.
Ooh, yes, indeed. So you get out, you go to sober living, and what is that like as a 40-year-old man?
Well, I don't want to be there.
Sober living is normally a little bit on the younger side.
It's tough. I mean, it'll teach you some tolerance.
You did it out in Marksville. You was
I did.
okay.
No, yeah, Marksville.
So
When I tell you, she said, "Don't come home," she's like, "Don't cross the Morganza Spillway. Just don't come home."
Dude, you really wanted to be sober being out there. All they got is the Paragon and the Greek restaurant they closed
Nothing
down.
in Marksville. I went and worked at a pizza place. I've never worked in the food industry in my life. Talk about humility. Right?
Yes.
But I remember my daughter, she would go to school. My daddy's the best pizza maker ever. Like, shh, let me tell him right now. Yeah. But you got to do what you got to do. You
Yeah.
know? And this time, that time I was finally willing.
Yeah,
You know, that makes a difference.
Ready.
So have your spiritual walk increased by then? You're high powered or
Yeah, I mean, I had always acknowledged the fact that something was there. I think I was just really, really resentful for some past things, So, kept me blocked off or whatever. But that, to me, that first step, that's the ticket, dude.
I'm powered. Especially
on,
as a man. Not being sexist, but as a man to admit that I can't do nothing without this, that's tough.
I think it's
Very
important,
difficult.
and it's also important to understand like what that means, right? Like I've always been really big on like the spiritual principles that align with it, right? And so like the honesty behind truly admitting that to myself, like I like how Russell Brand said, I'm fucked. I am fucked.
right?
Yeah.
Like I'm powerless.
Yep.
I like this has got. I like in a certain 12-step book. I remember my very first book that I got. We were going through it, and it was Into Action, and it was talking about the fourth and fifth step. And it said we had realized that the world and its people really dominated us. And next to that, on that word dominated, I like put it in a box. I underlined it. I highlighted it. I drew a little arrow and starred it. Because as a man, to talk about it, like to realize that the world and its people and the drugs and the alcohol had dominated me.
Yep.
And being able to admit that to myself was a very profound moment of understanding and being able to actually do something about it.
Yeah. I think when you mentioned honesty, man, that's key.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that first year, right? How long did you end up staying in sober living for?
11 months, 4 days.
Dang.
And the wife's letting you see the kids
Well,
periodically.
this is also during COVID.
Oh,
So, like,
true. Because
sometimes we would meet in new roads and, like, across the parking lot, because COVID was a
You're right.
tough time. But, yeah, it was difficult, She would. I mean, she'd never, not let me see him, but I needed my attention to be on getting me right.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And what do you think led to that success of being able to, and I know it's a ongoing growing thing, internally and self-awareness and internal growth, but what do you think are some of the things that like really led you to have a good understanding of the man you wanted to become, the man you knew your family deserved? What was some of the work that you did look like?
Well, I mean, I had a lot of influential people who's helped me on the way. This is a total change when it comes to recovery, with the way you operate, the way you think, people calling me out when I'm wrong, holding me accountable, whatever. But I think the biggest thing, though, is just the complete willingness that I found on this one that I never had before.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be sober. sounds crazy, but I didn't.
No, I
You
get
know,
it.
That was my solution for a very long
I say it all the time. Nobody wakes up on a Tuesday morning and is like, man, I think I should just stop doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Normally, we have an external event that creates an internal desire to want to change. So let's talk about the journey to where you are now. Working in the treatment world's completely not even on the table. We don't know that's what we're going to do. How did that inspiration begin to start formulating?
So I told you about the elevator thing. I'd made a few phone calls about getting my old job back, and the guy kept closing those doors.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what am I going to do now?
That's pretty funny because it was elevator job and the
Doors. See how I threw that in there?
That was good.
I didn't
Yeah.
catch it.
That was
I didn't
good.
catch it.
I didn't mean it. It just happened that way. So I had a roommate staying with me in a sober living house, and he's like, "Hey, they got this. I know you're going to eventually be going back home, and they got a job opening at a treatment center. I think you should check it out." And I'm like, "What? A treatment center? No way." Like, I'm just seriously, when I say it wasn't on the radar, I've always been the client.
Yo,
Working in it, no. But anyway, I was like, maybe this is what he would, want me to do. This is what I need to do, and let's try it. And like I said, I started as a tech. Yeah.
What was that, $12 an hour?
Whew.
no. Unless you shortchange me, because I started at 10. See, you just told her yourself he was pocketing $2 an hour for me, man. Mike turned into a tip service.
You were also 2 months sober.
That's true. I was. That's right. That's right.
Where was that job at?
Serenity.
Okay.
Yeah.
My guy.
Heck
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I started. Did that for about a year. Had a feeling that I could maybe do something a little. I went from night tech to the day tech, and I remember just watching the groups and stuff. And I don't know, it's like, man, I feel like being. I don't know if it's call it led or whatever. I feel like I could do a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I'm interested in maybe running a group or something. So anyway, went and talked to my boss, and the rest is history, man.
You started tapping into that calling.
Yeah.
Man, it's nothing like walking in your purpose. It hits,
really is.
It hits different.
It is,
It
man.
hits so different, bro.
Yeah, it's
Powerful.
What you used to say how I said when purpose meet passion is when you become yes.
So you go the education or CIT route?
Yeah.
With your
I CIT recently just passed my RAC.
Come on, man. This breaking news.
It's breaking news.
Love breaking news.
Ba-ba-ba-ba!
I love it and built by the red stick, man.
Yeah.
So what's your goal? You want to?
My goal, I want to work with athletes and mental health.
Dude, that is. We gotta get your information after this.
Yeah. That's my goal.
That's needed.
It is.
I love it.
That is needed.
Yeah, I think that. With college and NIL and all that.
They got to start addressing it sooner or later, though, right? Because it's becoming more and more of an issue that you can't just keep throwing money at.
Look, it's like a good Baptist church. Just brush it under the rug.
Was that racist?
No.
Oh.
The fuck?
So I say we did so good into racism, and then
What the fuck?
I don't know.
I can't believe you just did that to me. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a great.
I can't believe you went there. So what's kind of like your go-to method? Like what's a treatment stint like with Jarrod as my counselor? Like what kind?
Oh, that's a good question.
What's your motivation?
Dude, I'm old school.
I mean, you can't help it.
Yeah. How much longer we got in here?
Lee.
It's on a roll today, huh? Yeah.
You ever seen that? You ever seen that TikTok or little reel or whatever with Don Cheadle and?
Oh yeah, with Kevin Hart,
Hart.
it was like I'm 56. Damn.
You did tell me I look good for my age.
You
so I'll,
did. You
I'll
did.
hang on to that.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what old school?
Not like over the top. Like
You like a little confrontation therapy, a little bit.
I can blend compassion or sympathy with, hey, let's be where we're going to be. Let's do what we need to do. You know, let's
Look,
dig.
you're talking to somebody who loves a little confrontation
Yeah.
therapy.
But
I think it's
he
needed.
bro, I ain't gonna do that to you in
You
public.
do. You do.
Boy, I done seen him run so many people off, bro.
It happens.
Not on purpose, but
Right.
that was just his approach.
Yeah.
But it worked for a lot of, including me. Like I would not be here if I had to, because my mom and them taught me, and you know what I mean. Like I didn't need that.
I think it's important, kind of like how you talked about like meeting compassion with also like, look, let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like this, and sometimes like one of my favorite quotes is, the truth sounds like hate to people who hate to hear the truth.
Sure.
And so like when a lot of people can take it as like direct confrontation whenever a strong assertive person is just laying out the truth about
Yeah.
what the situation is. And you talked about it like the importance of like, you know, whatever it may be, whatever, like if you're in a 12-step program or whatever it may be, but like that initial like first step of like truly admitting where I am in life, right? Because
Yeah.
if I don't ever admit where I am, I'm never going to be willing to do anything about it because I haven't identified like, you know.
Well, you got to see the problem before you see a solution.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had David Lee help me with that, you know.
D. Lee.
Old D. Lee, man.
Oh, and so what do you think as a male in this industry working as a counselor, where do you think some improvements can happen in the men's mental health world and actually, you know, that stereotype of we don't want to come in and talk about our feelings and shit?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's actually discussing what's going on, and they have a safe place to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's totally goes against the DNA of a man, doesn't it? You know?
At least what we're conditioned to do.
Sure. Most of us were taught that way.
Rub some dirt on it, get up,
Yeah,
and
boy,
let's go.
Get up and take care of it. You ain't got time to be, you know. So just having that person you can go to in confidence or whatever and kind of open up and share whatever's going on.
You know, as somebody who's obviously an intelligent young man,
Young, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
I thought you were talking maybe when you started.
you know, as somebody who's intelligent and has a skill, now that you have some time underneath your belt, like, to be honest, it would probably be pretty easy for you to go back into a career of, you know, elevator maintenance and probably make substantially more because nobody gets in this field to become rich.
Sure.
What do you think? You know, Ronnie made reference to it, walking in our passion and walking in our purpose. Like, what do you think some of the external things of you being able to have a career that you love doing and that you're compassionate and you're passionate about? Like, what do you think some of the benefits personally have been of that in your own mental health?
Oh, I think just the fulfillment that comes with people, you know, changing and you know, transformation. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing, is it not? You know? Yeah, it's very rewarding in that sense, you know. It's needed,
Absolutely.
you know. And again, you're talking to somebody who's, first of all, I can't get sober. Secondly, I can't get sober. But as far as working in a field that's, I think it's also dominated by women,
Yeah.
it's just like there's a lot of times I sit in my office like, how'd you get here?
What do you think, you know, like the education and working with those people and learning the compassion to meet them where they are has impacted your life with your kids?
It's a good question, Mike.
Yeah. Listen more. Well, you know, I don't go home as a counselor.
Of course not.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, asking the questions maybe that needed to be asked, you know, because, you know, in today's world, it's pretty dangerous.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have,
How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a 22-year-old, I have a high school senior, and I have a 6th grader.
Dang.
Yeah. I was able to give my daughter away November 8th. got married. Yeah,
Congrats.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Paw, grandkids yet?
I'm patiently waiting.
Oh, you want to be?
What?
You fit the bill.
Hey,
all right, I'm done.
that's
That was
three.
the last one. That's it. That was the last one. That was the last
All
one.
right.
I'm sorry, bro.
damn.
That was the last one.
Man.
Yeah, man. If I don't pick on you, I don't like you, bro. That's
I
all.
hear you.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't. I got thick skin. We're good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, what do you think makes obviously you've been at Serenity for a good little while. What do you think makes Serenity special? Such a special place for you, the other people that work there, and for y'all's patrons that visit.
Come on, man.
I'm in my
You been
bag
studying,
today.
dog. It's the
on the
Celsius, bro. It's like fish oil.
That Arctic vibe. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, man.
If you're serious about recovery, it's the place to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's you're gonna get every resource tool. You're gonna get the work, the inner work, the outer work, whatever. But if you are serious about changing your life, I think it's the place to be.
And see, that's what I like with the old school treatment centers, the challenging people. Like, I don't want to make it comfortable. I don't want to go nowhere where they make it comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Or bend certain rules just so people stay so they can get days. There ain't no change happening there.
No.
When I went through treatment, we was challenged day in and day out, and we was held accountable. And this MF for here didn't have no problem kicking you out. He don't care if you cash paid, prepaid, front paid, insurance paid, you out of here. And so I like that Serenity is under that old law, like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes Mario mad because he got to, do more work. But, like, that's where the change happened when you challenge.
Yeah, I mean, what are we here for?
Yep, exactly.
Change is the name of the game, and nobody, nobody ever changes when they're comfortable.
I know I didn't.
Right? Like,
sure.
Uncomfortability gives us the ability to grow.
Yeah.
Well, so obviously you said, your goal is to work with athletes and mental health area. What's some of the next steps for you, personally and professionally?
School, got to get that education.
Okay.
Yeah, so college, undergrad, master's, eventually, all that stuff.
46-year-old freshman.
Man, bro.
That wasn't him.
That was
me.
what you said, Bobby Boucher.
Hey, you know what?
No,
It
listen,
takes what it takes.
And look,
I mean, I ain't
Because I don't have the courage to go back. And I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year, so I'm not that much younger than you. I mean, I'm not them, but I don't have the courage. So kudos to you.
Yeah, and I'm just,
Cool, yeah,
I'm just joking.
yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
look, it's always a beautiful thing to seek that education and to continue
sure.
to. I mean, we talk about it all the time, like growth in every area of our
Has to
life:
be.
spiritual, educational,
Physical.
Yeah. So as we go to that, like you talked about that kind of spiritual path and always acknowledging something but having some resentment towards it. Where do you think your spiritual path is, present day?
I mean, it's forever growing, right? But I tell the guys a lot. Where I used to go here, like horizontally, I go vertically now. Like that's my first mind, first direction. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't question things that happened
Absolutely.
like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of the acceptance part now. I'm not saying it's always easy. I'm not some spiritual guru sitting over here, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just I tell you, to me, y'all mentioned the money early and there's a massive difference between.
Absolutely.
But if you take away my contentment, peace, and the quality of life today, you can have all of it.
We say that all the
all.
I used to tell him that all the time too, and he tell me the same thing. There's no amount of money for my peace right now that I get to do. Go to my kids' engagements and not have to worry about this or take off or this and that. Yeah.
I mean, and at the end of the day, like, money doesn't, I know it's a cliche, but like, sometimes, yes, things can be easier with financial freedom.
Yes.
But internal peace has zero to do with any monetary thing.
That's right. I
Like,
agree.
there's nothing wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be financially set and be able to financially take care of your family and give them things maybe that you didn't have financially or things that you were afforded and all that. But at the end of the day, I go back to my favorite quote, right? Bob Marley says, some people are so broke, all they have is money.
That's right. Yeah.
And at some point, being able to find peace and being able to have happiness and being able to have joy and walk in your purpose and align yourself with the vision of, your God or your higher powers plan for your life is a reward that monetarily can't touch.
Dude, some of the happiest moments of my life. I'm talking about genuine happy moments of my life. I was making $10 an hour
Yeah.
as a tech.
Yeah.
$300-$400 a week, or $800 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I was genuinely happy.
Absolutely. So as we kind of get to the wrap up point,
They don't do.
What?
No, you said to get to the wrap up point, and I was just finishing the joke for you that you always so Ronnie don't do. We get to the wrap up point.
You like to wrap it up?
Dude, I got it's a cheap thing, right?
We digress. So, I always ask, the same kind of, wrap up questions. A is, what's your why? What's the thing that drives you to continue to be an impactful person and these people's lives and continue to, for your own great?
Why? It's just it's. I don't know. Why am I here? What got me to this point, and why did he close the doors that I wanted to open? It just feels right.
Absolutely.
Like I kind of correlated to coaching as a cat coach my son in sports, and it's not exactly the same, but I don't know, man. It feels natural. I don't know if that sounds right or not.
No, that's
Honestly, again, this is somebody who never thought this field was for me.
Absolutely.
Other than a client.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love seeing the families restored, the people type in, and so yeah.
Now, I will give you, and this is just a complete squirrel moment, so pardon me. I will give you kudos, but I am going to ruin it. You've made it through the whole episode without Ronnie asking you for your shirt, because I know he wants it.
I wasn't. He saw me, kept looking at it. I was going to ask you off the camera.
Yeah.
It's baseball style shirt.
Yes, it's quarter zip.
Oh, I mean, bro, his voice is powerful. So I don't know if you caught it, but when he was like, the why, it was like Optimus Prime.
Was it?
Yeah. Before time begins, there was the cue.
Oh, man. Hey, so look, before we finish, Lee, if our listeners are going through life right now and somebody's struggling and, maybe they have the job where, they're being able to maintain, but they're living in misery, kind of like how you were, where you had the career, you had the finance, but you still sought that escape. What would be some words of inspiration you would leave them with if they're kind of stuck?
I mean, I think eventually the job will go away, right? I mean, the end result of it is you begin to lose a lot of things. You don't have to do it alone. You can have a better life. I mean, every guy sitting here right now proving it, right? Speaking up, reaching out, asking for help.
Yeah.
And I think just overall, just surrender.
Surrender.
Yeah.
Not give up. Surrender.
That's right.
Difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
What you said? What you just said?
You misheard it.
Big difference.
For what? I don't know. We're going to get Austin to play that back after this. I'm pretty sure you slipped. It's okay.
I said big difference.
That's what you heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know what's wrong.
What's in your peach, Bob?
I'm trying to tell you.
I need to do a little evaluation. Yes, we might have to do a assess sheet.
Thank you for joining us. It's been a great pleasure to get to know you.
For real, it's refreshing.
Absolutely.
You're very interesting.
I
like what to expect. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but you definitely have a very relatable story.
It was a very natural conversation. So
Yes.
I was really. I'm still kind of nervous, but
Bro, you can even tell.
Don't tell.
True, you killed it.
Ronnie,
No, I want the shirt though.
I get it.
I got another one.
see what I can do.
Man, you know, every time I hear that, I do get it.
We do.
Yeah, that was.
But hey, Ronnie, bring it back here.
All right, here we go.
Bring it back here.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, we've come to your least favorite. Zestiness and all.
I know, but we only got one more, so it's getting to that point to where it's like, I don't want to let you go. You know what I mean? But we have to. Jarrod, thank you from the bottom of our heart for sitting down and having this intimate conversation with us, getting vulnerable, being transparent, allowing our listeners and viewers to have a peek in your life. And I think your story is powerful. I think it deserves to be heard within reason. And I can see why God has you in this field. People like you make an impact on people like me and the future people like us that's going to need you. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep God first. You're right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
To our lovely viewers and listeners, we love y'all so much. The support, the engagement, the likes, the shares, they have been overwhelmingly beautiful. Our hearts are filled with joy. And we were keeping the main thing, right? We want to invoke love, peace, healing, and change on this platform. No controversy, no clickbait. We genuinely want to see people change and have an opportunity at life the same way we have.
And bring out,
Go ahead.
just bring out stories of inspiration.
Yes.
I feel like there's so much of the negativity in this world today.
Yes.
But there are everyday people that get up and follow their purpose and follow their passion and create a genuine impact in our communities, in our families, and any of those suffering with all the things we talk about, whether it be mental health, substance abuse, alcoholism,
You said substance. That's,
eating disorders.
Yep.
Anywhere, stuck with anything, man.
Yep. Like we always say, we real people with real problems that really want to help you find a solution. So if you or your loved one or anybody you know struggling, drug, alcohol abuse, mental health struggles, please reach out. You can find me at Ronnie LeDuff on Facebook, Michael Axelrod Oakley on Facebook. We got our guy Jarrod in the building representing Serenity Treatment Center of Louisiana.
Link in the comments.
Link is in the comments. The number, link in the description. The numbers in the video at the beginning. The number and name is in the description. Please reach out. We are readily available and willing to help you guys. Until then, we'll be back at the same time, at the same place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, built by adversity, led by courage.
We love y'all.